YouTube. What's going on? What's happening? How's everybody doing? Who is it coming up there? Hopefully everybody is doing well and things are going great, or good at least. We've had a busy couple of weeks. Last week was especially busy. We did a reset over Sunday down in Conyers, Georgia, southeast of Atlanta, just outside the Loop. And so yeah, we did reset Sunday. We delivered this morning. We went and got loaded yet again. They overloaded the truck by 260 pounds, which to them is not a lot, but if you're over an axle or something, you can, probably get away with it in the scale house. If you're within 500 pounds, if you're over gross, if you're over 80,000, the chances of the DOT taking it easy on you or getting out of there without some sort of ticket or fine is what I like to call slim to none. They're gonna have you buy a permit, and they're gonna cite you, or they're gonna say, hey, somebody's gonna come out and get some product off this trailer before we're gonna let you go. So over an axle, you can always mitigate that, deal with it a lot better than what you can deal with over gross. So anyway, they reworked the load. This is the second time, 2 weeks I've had to and I knew as soon as I got back there and I saw how far the product was and how heavy it was supposed to be and where my suspension gauge was, I knew that it was overweight. I knew that it wasn't gonna be able to scale it out. I knew it was gonna be over gross. They have a scale there. I scale it on their scale. It shows them. Or there it showed like 460, 480 pounds, something like that. But they want a cat scale, so we went through that whole BS. In the end, they had to rework the load, and we got down the road motors, but it cost us time, and time is money. I know you guys, like, if you're new to this channel or you're watching my previous videos, I don't really like to just bring you guys something if I don't have something to say or something that might, doesn't have some sort of information to it. Just like day-to-day vlogs, I guess, like of what you're doing, where you're going, how life is. There's plenty of other YouTube truckers out there to watch that. And I subscribe to a lot of their channels and I watch it because sometimes it's, you pick up some good info or it's just fun to watch, whatever. But when I bring you a video, I want to have something to say that hopefully might help, or that is an issue, or usually what I do is the questions I get answered at truck stops or shippers and receivers talking to other guys, that's what gives me ideas to do a video. Zeus, not now. So today we're going to do a video on owner-op versus company, because I think you see a lot of guys see how much owner-op makes and they're thinking, they're a company guy and they're like, well, this guy just made $5,000 this week. I'm gonna go be an owner-op so I can make $5,000. And that's just not the case. Obviously, if you're in the owner-op game, most guys' goal is to one day have their own gig, right? Their own authority, have their own trucking company. But that comes with a lot of costs. So, company versus owner-op. Company driver, you just got to make sure that you do your job, right? Go from point A to point B safely. You got your benefits, you've got, your workers' comp, you've got, your pay, and all that is paid for you. You just have to worry about getting the product on and off the trailer and getting from point A to point B safely. The company takes care of the rest. Cost of the truck, fuel, breakdowns, trailers, reefer fuel, repairs, you name it, it falls on the company's expense. Now, as you slip from a company guy into an owner-op position, say you come out of being a company guy and you go on to be a lease operator. So now you're making a truck payment and you're responsible for the fuel cost, and they're either giving you a set rate per mile or they're giving you some sort of percentage, but then they're taking on, you always have that backing where if something happens to the truck, they'll pay for it, and they'll just take it out of your settlements, or stuff a lot of times like the cargo liability will still be covered by them. They don't charge you for trailers and so on and so forth. So as you come out of that, you come from a company, you go to lease operator. Now you're an owner operator. Now you've bought your own truck. It's in your name. It's not financed through any kind of carrier. You went to the bank. You've got your loan. The truck is yours. Just like if you went and bought a car from the dealership. Excuse me, guys. So now you got to lease it onto a carrier. And what you're going to find is that a lot of carriers, they're all going to have different percentages, what they're going to pay you or how they're going to pay you. And then they're going to cover certain costs and some things they're not going to cover. Typically, like going from a company like Landstar, where you don't have to pay for a trailer rental, you don't have to pay for the cargo liability, you get great fuel discounts, sometimes 35 to 40 cents off a gallon. I was getting at certain TAs and Petros. And then you have discounts on their LCAP program, like for tires and repair facilities, oil changes. You got a break at the TA for that. And you know, if you go to buy equipment or you buy parts, you can get their discount. So you get a lot of breaks and you get a lot of help there and you get a lot of backing. But the most you're going to make 72% pulling your own trailer, and you're only going to get 65% pulling one of theirs. And then you have companies out there like where I'm at now, where you get 78% pulling their trailer and 90% if you have your own trailer, which is great. But what you have to realize is now here they charge you for the additional cost to them for the cargo liability. Pulling their trailer is free if you book up to $18,000 worth of freight per month in gross freight, which is really not that hard. We did 7,900 last week. Monday to Monday, we booked $7,900 worth of freight in that time frame. So you can see how in 3 weeks you'll definitely have that 18,000. What you're looking at 8, 16, 24. If you book 8,000 a week, in 3 weeks you've booked 24,000. Or it's 1,800 a month. And then stuff like your escrow, where they have a voluntary escrow. Now maybe you have to set up your own escrow account. Stuff you're getting at a company, you're not going to get as an owner operator. So on top of having to cover the cargo liability, you're fully responsible for your fuel. We're not getting fuel discounts. You're getting, you're not getting breaks on, or discounts on repairs and parts and so on and whatnot, unless you go to their one shop that they have, which is nice. If you can get back through there to get something replaced or get a service, they give you a heck of a deal, which is nice. But then you have to do your own escrow, and on top of that, you have to cover accidental insurance. In the state of Colorado, if you own, I believe, don't quote me, it's been 5 years since I set up my LLC, but if you own at least 15% of the business, you don't have to cover workman's comp on that person. Anybody else that works for the company that owns less than 15% of it, you must carry workers' comp. But you do have to have what's called unemployment insurance and state unemployment insurance, and then of course you have to do your state income taxes or wage taxes. And then as a driver, as an owner operator, all of a sudden your company is a 1099, and whatever money you take out of that personally, you're going to have to pay taxes on that as like if you subcontract yourself. So then if you're going to pay yourself like I do on a W-2, now all of a sudden you have business, is paying part of the taxes on the weekly basis. And then of course which I can tell you at the end of the year is extremely helpful. ADP, I've been using them since I started my business, and they're amazing. They file all the quarterly reports for the state and the feds. I run my payroll right off my phone. It takes the taxes out right then. They send them off. I get reports every month, or every week. I can go online and look at the reports, how much I pay in taxes. But as a business, you're responsible for part of the Medicaid and the whatever that other one is. not the federal or the state, but you have Medicaid and something else. I'll have to look at it. But so all that falls on you. The deduction list as an owner-operator can be insane. It all falls on you. So when you're talking to an owner-operator as a company guy and they say, hey man, I just made what we booked, we did $7,900 worth of gross times 78%. So we made $6,162 last week. In 1 week, we made $6,000. But start taking all that stuff out of there. Take my pay out of there. Take the fuel. Take the, you know, they break the cargo liability up over 4 weeks. Take that out of there. You know, take your accidental insurance out. Take escrow out. You know, you can cut that down real quick. Trust me, guys, it goes down real quick. So when you hear somebody tell you like, hey, yeah, I'm an owner-operator and I'm making all this money, just remember that there's a lot of deductions that come with it and a lot more responsibility. So I wouldn't suggest you do it right out of the gate. You go be a company guy for 6 months and then, oh, okay, I want to be an owner-op. Take your time to get there, because it is definitely more difficult to be an owner-operator than it is to be a company driver. And carriers that you lease onto, typically the bigger percentage they're going to give you, the more cost liability is going to be passed on to you. People think, oh, well, I'll just go from Landstar, I'm going to go over here, they're going to pay me 90%. But they're going to take out the same deductions that Landstar is, and I'm going to get all the same goodies. No. So what you have to do is you have to outweigh, you know, am I going to make more money off this percentage than what I would at Landstar? Or a company like that. Not just Landstar. Other companies, you know, they pay 72 or they pay 68, whatever the case may be. And you have to sit down and run those numbers for yourself and see if you can make more money with a better percentage, with the additional costs that that's going to come with. And I can tell you right now, so far the month that I've been here, like I said, I'm going to be here a couple of months running my numbers before I sit down and do one of those videos for you and give you exact figures, because I'm not into lying to my subscribers. Or I don't want to speak out of turn. As you know, I'm not going to talk about anything that I haven't had personal experience with, because if you haven't done it personally and you've just read about it or heard about it from somebody else, then you really don't know what's going on. That's why I don't speak about companies in a specific way unless I've been there, because I don't know what it's like over at Universal or Mercer. I've never worked there. I can only give you the companies I've worked at. So yeah, guys, I just wanted to do that video so you up-and-comers kind of know, you know, hey, I'm gonna go make all this money, or hey, I'm gonna jump over here to go here because it's a bigger percentage. Really sit down and run the numbers, see what additional costs you're gonna have to pick up on top of what you're paying now, and then sit down and do it off of your weekly numbers that you're doing currently in gross revenue. Tack on that extra percentage that you're gonna get, deduct the deductions that the additional deductions that you might have to cover, and see if you can make more money. I am over here, which is nice, but I haven't been on anything that's less than $3 a mile off the load board. And at my percentage last week, we stayed over almost 280 miles, like 279 a mile we did. We only did 2,200 miles to make that $7,900 in gross freight. So far it's working out, getting the better percentage. But I just wanted to do that video to y'all. We're almost at 1,000 subs. I've already talked to my little brother. I told him we got to blow something up and do a video or some sort of celebration, because holy crap, 1,000 subscribers. I know, like, these other guys, they got like 50,000 or 100,000, but I'm just like, holy shit, I can't believe I'm gonna be at 1,000 subs, man. So I appreciate you guys for watching, as always. I've been reading your guys' comments. I'm gonna do a video here probably in another week or two and get back to your guys' comments, because there's so many of them. You know, I should really go through and type them, but hey, I like doing the videos, right? And then that way we can share other people's questions and then answer them to the best that we can, and then maybe that helps somebody out that watches the videos. So as always, guys, stay safe out there, have fun, keep the rubber on the road, and we'll catch y'all on the next video. Thanks for watching.